mind of a maniac.
But what did you expect? Was it too much to protect? Did you understand they had selfish intentions when they were following you in opposite direction? You don't know the hell is coming. Everybody get on the ground. You don't know the hell is coming. Everybody get on the ground.
Awesome.
I sent you that. You didn't say anything about it, so I don't know if you actually looked at it or.
Oh, yeah. I didn't say nothing about it because you'll find out, but it kind of passed over when, I don't know. Yeah. But
well,
that's awesome.
Welcome in. Sorry we missed last week. Pretty sure you're gonna find out why.
Yeah. We missed the past couple weeks. Yeah, it's been a while.
Didn't we?
Yeah, because you had COVID the week before that, remember? You missed because you said COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I missed last week because of we'll share enlightening everyone at that point. But welcome to the XnO's.
Yeah.
We had a quick hiatus. I know we don't plan for them, but life is not planned. So hey.
Yeah.
Definitely excited to be back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. I'm glad that you're able to be here and do the show here. I guess just real quick before we get into like the harder stuff. So I don't necessarily remember exactly what we were going to do last week. Obviously it's going to be a bit of a pivot. Let me see here. Actually, I can probably look at the description I did.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know you were talking
news and more
breaking news.
Awesome. Yeah. So as you can see, I'm not an idiot. I spelled it incorrectly for a reason. But the other actual news, and it actually works out perfectly because it was supposed to happen last week, but there were some delays. So it's still kind of is working out perfectly that we missed. So I can kind of super promo it. So starting tomorrow, and we're gonna hash out the schedule on it. There is another podcast coming, and yeah. So I'm gonna be, so we're gonna for those that aren't in the know, football is going to be coming back here. I would say honestly, probably the next 2 weeks, man. I would say. Because that's about 2 weeks into the draft, we can start really talking. We'll do like a once a week show, but then obviously when the season starts, we go back to the 2 week show, and we'll hammer out the whole schedule there whenever we figure that all out. But yeah, so the other podcast it's Baseballed with Babs. So, obviously staying on brand. Tiff doesn't like the name, but
Baseballed.
Yeah, because I figured, look, footballed.
You said Babs. Is that the guy that you're back and forth on with Twitter with? Something T Babs or something?
Yeah. And he was,
okay.
He's in the league. He's that Taylor guy in the football league.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. And he's going to be showing up on football sometimes too. So it'd be fun to get a little fresh face in here and probably try to cover up my face. That's fine. But yeah, that's gonna be premiering tomorrow, and then we're gonna do it again on Tuesday because it's the whole trade deadline thing. We want to kind of touch on that, but I think we're gonna be either doing 2 or 3 times a week there. So that's gonna be an every week thing, depending on what's going on, things like that. But yeah, so any baseball fans out there, we're not just going to focus on the local stuff, but that is going to be the heavy-handed part of it. But yeah. So that'll go out on the channel here probably Tuesday morning. We're not going to do live shows yet. We're going to do recorded and then release it probably the next morning. So
Okay.
actually, technically, it's going to come out Tuesday and Wednesday, but but yeah. So
Record
hopefully
Monday
that
and
goes
Tuesday.
well, and we'll take a shot at that, and we'll get into it. But yeah. So the whole braking news thing, yeah, we had to spend a boatload of money on brakes and what was it, a tire rod, Mama? What was it, a tire rod? Okay, the axle. So what it was, what, 1,200, 1,300? Yeah. So 1,300 on that, brakes and an axle. So yeah, that
Where'd y'all go? Where'd y'all go to get it fixed? Rape or us or?
yeah, pretty much. You went to what, Jim
I
Shorkey?
mean,
She went to Jim Shorkey. So
oh yeah, they're gonna. You gotta when you need work done. When you need a lot of work done, you gotta go to those small mom and pop shop. Don't go to those big commercialized because they're gonna just.
so we've done that, and then these people finally fixed the tire because it kept bleeding air. It wouldn't retain air, and no one could figure it out. And then they finally figured it out. So for the money we save on putting air in the tire, I feel like it's worthwhile going to good old Jimmy there. I mean, that's an absolute egregious lie, but still,
Yeah.
they fixed it.
I'm just saying those commercial places, they charge you like $50, $60 just to write up the estimate. Like they
Right.
charge you for
They charge
everything.
you, stroke of the hand. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
you just walked in the door, they're like, "Oh, did you wipe your feet on the rug? That's $20." And
Yeah.
I mean, it's like immediately they're charging you. It's like getting in the cab, like before cabs got put out of business by Ubers, but you get in the cab and the meter's running ASAP.
Yeah. I get it, but God bless America. Yeah, like I didn't have. I'm pretty sure I had something else, some other news-esque thing to bring up. For the life of me, I can't remember. So
I'm just saying, when it comes to brakes, I just think to myself, that's brakes, rotor. Even if you needed rotors too with it, I mean, that shouldn't be a job over $500. I don't know how they racked it up to 12. Wow.
Yeah, it was good times. But whatever, it's done, it's fixed. Whatever, we're good. Eventually, we'll need tires again somehow. Even though we just bought them, but somehow that'll happen. So it's fine. Mm-hmm. So with all that stuff, I mean, really, the important thing was the baseball thing. This brake thing was, I don't know, not that interesting. It was a play on the title. But what do you have going on? Because you have a bunch of something. And I have no idea. So just so everyone knows, I have zero idea what this is. I know something happened. Some things happened, apparently. And I have no idea what they are. He was going to tell me. And I said, nope, I want the organic thing. So, because that's what this whole thing is based on. So he told me he was safe and okay. That was the important stuff. So let's kind of hear the sandwich meat. Ooh.
It's a lot.
Okay,
so the last time we did this,
where did they touch you?
Huh?
Where did he touch you?
I would have preferred that over what.
Show me on the doll.
He said, "Show me on the doll." Some old Michael Jackson type of thing. Yeah. Okay, so the last time we had this podcast, I remember it was July 4th weekend, right? Yeah, because
next out.
Yep, because we said the 4th was on a Thursday, and then everybody still had to work that Friday.
Right.
You work on Saturdays too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know we had it on the 7th, right? And I remember at the end of the podcast, you said, so anything else or anything crazy happened to you this week? And I was like, I said, for once in a while, nothing.
So this is your fault then. Okay. You tempted fate.
I said, for once, nothing, which there's always something going on with me, disasters. But as soon as I said that, the very next day, Monday the 8th. It's approximately 11:30. Start work at 12:30.
This is how I know it's bad, because you have the date, you have the time stamp. Oh God.
So, okay, I get a knock on the door, and like, you know where I live. I live at the top of these crazy crickety steps. Nobody's coming up there by accident.
They're going
like
up there.
There's something that needs to be said.
Yeah.
So I get a bang at the door. It's a female cop. I'm like, okay, what the hell? So at first I'm thinking to myself, I know that I know it has some fallout with the Discover card, and I don't know if they, credit card, they're coming to get you or anything, like, or serve you paper. So I'm thinking, like, maybe she served me some type of paper or something for Discover. I got to go to court or something. They're suing me. No, she comes to the door and she said, "Do you own the Jeep Patriot down on the street?" Because I had it parked right in front of the house. So I'm like,
right.
Yes. And she was like, could you just come down? I was like, what? Man, I heard them throwing some clothes because it was hot. It's baking hot. I'm in my boxers, sleep. So I briefly glance out the window and I see my Jeep Patriot 2 houses down in somebody's yard smashed into.
Golly.
So I come downstairs and the cop tells me, it was a Ford F-150, a black Ford F-150 smashed into my car. I mean, totaled it. It's total. He hit the back of it. Supposedly the guy they said that I guess he dropped a cigarette and he was trying to get his cigarette and somehow he plowed into my car. And they said he hit a pedestrian as well on the sidewalk. And they said the pedestrian was fine. They took him to the hospital. But I'm sitting out here looking at my car and it is destroyed from the back. Like, it's like the whole driver's side back panel destroyed. The tire is bent, like leaned in. So he hit it hard. Like, I don't see how you're driving that slow. There's no way you're driving that slow and you drop a cigarette. It seemed like the way the collision looked, it looked as if he was going at least 40, 50 miles an hour and plowed into the back of my car. And the bumpers ripped off and the whole nine. So I'm sitting up there like, oh my God. I'm just out there just looking at this thing. And, the cop gave me the guy's information. He's, he's sitting there. I got to look at him. First, he was, sitting in the driver's seat for so long, I never got a chance to see him. Then he finally gets out, and he's this dirty looking, like, I don't know what ethnicity he was, but he just looked like he was pretty dirty. I mean, he probably working construction because I did see a wheelbarrow in the back of the pickup truck or something like that. And he comes out and he's like, "This your car, man? I'm so sorry." He reached his hand out to shake my hand, and the cop is standing right there. And I'm looking at him like, how could you do this? You know what I mean? Like, so I shook his hand, and I'm just like, okay, so she gave me his information, State Farm, blah, blah, blah. I got insurance, but I only got liability. So I only have insurance. If I hit somebody, they're going to cover it. Not if I get hit, anything happened to my car, my insurance is not going to cover it. And the reason why I only got liability only on my insurance is because I don't have a valid license. So if I do get into an accident and I'm trying to reach out to my insurance company to try to get it fixed, they're going to deny my claim because I don't have a valid license to begin with. But I mainly got the insurance just so, remember I told you before, they were trying to tow my car and they said that the stickers wasn't up to date and so on and so. So I got insurance just so I can get the car inspected, just so it could sit in front of the house. I mean, I use it. I get my car occasionally to, go to the grocery store, or I go to Family Dollar, get some knickknacks or something like that. But I never drive real far because I don't have a license or my license isn't legitimate. So I don't take unnecessary risks with the car. So I'm looking at, they bring out this flatbed they pulled the cars, like the cars were stuck together. Like they had to like almost like use like a something on the flatbed, like chain just to pull the cars apart. Like they were stuck like two dogs. So they put mine up on the bed and I'm just looking at I got all these pictures of it and I'm like, oh, and I'm thinking like, well, he got insurance. He hit me. I wasn't nowhere near. Like it'd be one thing whenever your car or something is total and you had something to do with it. Then you can say to yourself, I blame myself. I had nothing to do with it. I'm asleep in my bed and my car gets totaled. Not to mention this is a car that I bought straight off the lot in 2016, paid for it for 7 years, finally paid it off in 2023. This is a car, this is my property. Like I just was just totally devastated to the point where it's like, okay, I know he got insurance, so I'm thinking to myself, maybe I'll get something. Maybe I'll get they'll cut me a check or something like that, or they'll attempt to fix the damages. But after that, that's the same. And then that same day, you sent me the text with the new intro. I couldn't respond. I was just, after that, my vocabulary became filled with all D words. Devastated, destroyed, defeated.
Dildo.
Dumbfounded. I was just disbelief. I mean, when your vocabulary just starts getting into all D words, destruction, I mean, like, it's just unbelievable. So I'm like, okay, my car is total. So my brother, he's works in the insurance business. Like he's an insurance agent, or he's something above a typical agent or something like that, but he knows all about it. So I call him and tell him and, laid out the story. And he was like, well, State Farm's a pretty good, reliable insurance company. They'll cover everything and you'll be good. Only inconveniences, you got to either find a new car and you got to shop for a new car and somehow get a new car without a license, because I got this car without a license somehow. I mean, you figure those people on those car lots be so desperate to get rid of them cars, they don't care. I mean, they let me drive off the lot, no license at all. I filled out all that paperwork and they didn't care. So that was going to be the only inconvenience. I ain't gonna say only inconvenience, but the main thing is I own that car, sentimental value. I remember back in the day, I remember when at your house, you was like, hey, you should sell that car. Because I wish I would have, I mean, to come away with nothing. I mean, I paid, like I said, I paid 7-8 years, a car note over $420. I paid over $20,000 for the car. So I'm sitting up here like, here I am. And on top of that, when you said you paid $1,200 for brakes and tire rod or whatever to get the car fixed, I had just got the car fixed and spent $1,250 just to get the bumper fixed. They fixed the fender, they put on brakes, rotors. See, I got all of that done for $1,250. That's why when you said just brakes and a tire rod, because I went to like a little mom and pop shop, though. Right. But yeah, I got my whole bumper fixed. Everything looked good. The stickers was up to date. The sticker said was June of 25. So I just got, I mean, here we are in July, the beginning of July. Right. So I wish I would have, first of all, either I wish I would have sold it like you had mentioned, or I wish that I'd have never got it fixed. I spent $1,250 for it to get totaled. But I'm not done.
Oh, I figured.
So I talked to my brother. He was like, yeah, everything will be fine. So about 2 days later, I immediately reported to my insurance, and they made me ask me some questions, made me feel like now when you get into an accident, they make you like fill out this thing where they send you a picture of a car and they want you to like
where was your car touched? Show me.
Yeah. Like you have to like paint out the pieces. Like they give you like a white blank car, and they give you like a paintbrush, and they tell you to like paint in the areas that you can recall where it's damaged. And it's like, it's a big elaborate process. So I did all that, reported it in my insurance, and it was just like, well, thanks for all of that. It's like they gathered all this information from me just to tell me we can't cover nothing. Right. Basically, it was like, well, unfortunately, we're sorry to hear that. We have this, and we have the police report and so on and so forth, but we can't cover. You have to reach out to his insurance. We'll file a claim with his insurance to, and someone from State Farm will be calling you in a few days, or you can call them if, you're more anxious. So I didn't like press the issue. So I'm like, okay, I'm waiting on them to call me. The State Farm calls me, and the claims lady tells me that the dude that was driving the car is the son of the person that owns the car that is insured, and they denied the claim. So State Farm said, we are not covering it because the dude that was driving was the son of the insured. So I'm sitting there saying to myself, like, so you mean to tell me my car is totaled, was sitting in somebody else's yard, two houses down, damaged their property too, hit the person, and nobody's responsible at all? Nobody has to pay for this? So it's like, I don't understand it. So I called my brother again, and he was like, hey man, we got to think of something, like some type of claims lawyer or something. He was like, this is unbelievable. He was like, that is the perfect storm where somehow nobody has the insurance to cover it, and I'm just out of a car. And that's the end of that. So the accident happened Monday. Just about 2 days later, Wednesday or Thursday, I get that news. Okay. So I'm dealing with this, trying to process it, and then that's when, I was getting ready to come on here with just the car information. And then, you said you had that COVID. So that allowed more time for more things to happen. Not saying that you're not coming on the pod somehow affected me, but here we are. Okay. So I want to say a couple of days later, I get a call from my daughter. She's on the phone crying profusely, and she just got into an argument with her mother. And it's basically because whoever the guy that her mother has in that house now, she don't like him. I guess he's like broke. I guess he just sits around and just lays around and doesn't contribute to none of the bills. And
I'm not laughing at it, but I'm also like,
yeah.
That's kind of,
but call it water over the bridge or under the bridge or whatever. But then my daughter also tells me that my ex was messing with the guy way before I anticipated, and she was messing with him. So, So that's been going on for quite some time, but that's not here or there, but that's still a stabber in the heart after, 20 plus years of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I'm completely over it. I'm not completely over, the situation, but basically, she's crying and saying that, come get her. And I'm sitting there myself,
like
to right now.
How would I come get you even before? Like,
yeah, I mean, like, to this day, none of them, my ex, my daughter, or my son, they don't know about the car being totaled. The only people that know about the car being totaled is you. I just told you. I just told the world. My brother and my boss. Of course, I told my boss because that day that it happened, I was supposed to start at 12:30. I'm out there fooling around with the cops, and then it was like I was fooling with them till about maybe 1 o'clock. And I couldn't just jump on out. I called my boss. I was like, man, I need a couple of hours to just get my head right. Like, I can't just jump on and start working. I'll be done cuss one of these people out, So my boss knows. But, yeah, my daughter was like, come get me. And I'm like, I can't. I was like, come get you. And he's going to live in this hot box house? I mean, but basically, she let me know that the bills are slipping at the house, and she's being, kind of negligent, my ex, as far as like not paying stuff on time and basically just letting some goofball lay up in their house. And that was another pierce, stab in the heart. So I'm like, okay, this is all since our last pod. So that was about 2 weeks ago. This is all happening in 2 weeks now. Okay.
I mean, it's your fault. I mean, you tempted fate.
So then here's the last kicker. And this is what I'm going through now. And this is why this happened like right before we were supposed to jump on last week, and I just couldn't do it. I'm like, man, this is unbelievable coming at me. I get a text message. I think it was maybe that Thursday. Before last Sunday, I think it was like last Thursday or something like that. I get a text message. It's like 11 o'clock at night. And the text message says, hey, my name is John, something, something. And I'm reaching out to you about the lease, about this apartment. I was just like, what? He was like, trying to make an easy transition for you to vacate the property. I'm like, what? So I'm sitting there like, who sends that at 11 o'clock at night? And I'm like,
Right.
I don't believe that. I was like, this got to be a scam. Sure enough, like 2 days later, in the mail, get a message from the landlord saying that, remember all them times that I was showing people into the house and all of that. The property's been bought and the landlord is terminating the lease of everyone living here. I'm like, what?
Can they do that?
I looked over the lease. From what I seen, my verbiage, it said you got 60 days. If we sell the property, you got 60 days to move out. This thing is sitting up there. First of all, it's dated for the 12th. I just got this letter on the 25th, which was the Thursday that just passed. So you're already 2 weeks behind the letter that you supposedly given me. And it says non-renewal notice and telling me that this is my 30-day notice and I got to vacate the property by August 10th. I'm like, and you know how hard it was just to get into this property? So with that being said, that like slam dunked everything over the top. So it's like in a matter of 2 weeks, I lost my car, got an update in the home life, and my kids is suffering because obviously they're not paying the bills and they're not happy. And now I gotta hurry up and get out of this place. And it's like, on top of that, I don't even have a car anymore. Normally I would have a car to at least transport some things from here to here. And I'm like to myself, I feel like I got a supernatural evil spirit force or something has attached itself to me. Like I've never been hit with this many things at one time that's negative and disastrous all at the same time. So yeah, and that's why when it was time to do the pod on Sunday, I was just out of it, man. Like I can't even get on here. Because I told you I would be sitting here whining. Here I am taking up half of this podcast, just laying out what happened in between. So, all this weekend I've been, looking at apartments and trying to fill out applications, but that is the state of my life at this point, and I'm like, what did I do? I'm saying to myself, dude, I don't do anything. I just try to live normal. All I do is get up, work, get off, watch some TV, have a few beers, go to sleep, get back up. I'm not out there killing nobody. I'm not out there hurting people for fun, or I'm just at a loss of words, man. It's unreal.
That's almost as worse. That's almost as bad as us having to get breaks. But yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
He says almost.
Almost.
I know. He was like, "You touching the tip, but we got you."
Right. This break thing is a mild inconvenience. Your thing is you know, yeah, it's like you stubbed your toe. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a matter of 2 weeks, it's just like,
God.
what?
So,
Unbelievable. As I told you, it's pretty much unbelievable. Like, it's like, is this really happening all to one? Like, even my worst enemy, if I was watching on TV, I wouldn't be like, that's too much for that dude to handle. Don't put him through that. Here we are.
so the lease says 60 days, but they're saying you have 30.
And they just notified me a couple days ago, but
I mean, that's
pretend like the letter is dated. To pretend like the letter was dated on July 12th. I just got this letter on Thursday the 25th. That's 2 weeks already that you didn't notify me of nothing.
So if it got bought, why are they getting rid of people?
I don't know. The letter just says that the new owners, they take over on August 1st, and they'll be in touch with you to discuss, the security deposit, because I paid a double one, remember?
There ain't no fucking discussing. You're going to give that shit to me and interest. So that's how that's going to go. Like, really, wow.
What a whopper. With fries.
Ooh.
It's like, okay. One thing was happening after another to the point where I didn't even have time to mourn the loss of one thing before another thing happened. It's like before I can mourn the loss of my car, this stuff happened with my daughter in the house life. And before I can even mourn the loss of that and the car, here comes this. It's like, it's like the house thing said, move over, bacon is sizzling. Like I'm the new problem in town. And it's like, whoa.
Funny enough, like the one that's probably the least impactful, just because like this needs this, is probably dude at the house.
Yeah, the house is definitely, that's just like I said, that's already done. It was already a set in motion. It's just like I said, water over the bridge. It's just finding out that it happened earlier. Oh well, right. I mean, it happened. So whatever. It just shows how dishonest and how much betrayal that she had. Yeah. But yeah, that's definitely the least impactful. That was just like, I don't know. That was like it's just a kick while you down type thing, but It wasn't. I was already down.
And I think the car thing wouldn't even matter. I don't think the car thing would have mattered too. I mean, it sucks.
Yes.
Like it sucks.
But I still got a roof over my head. Like now, here I am facing streets. Like what? Well, and no car.
That's not the case. But yeah,
Yeah, man, that's it's killing me. It's just like, wow, man. I mean, and I'm a grown man and everything, but all of this at one time, man, found myself sitting at that computer and I was crying, man. Like I'm like, what is going on? Like,
if you didn't, like, what kind of
just just Friday that just passed. I'm sitting up here doing my work, and then. I don't know. Something happened. I don't know if I heard a siren or something. Something just triggered it, and I just start breaking down, crying. Like, man, I can't believe this is happening to me. This is unreal. Here we are. I don't know what kind of test it is. It's like I'm like, who did I piss off or? It's just too much at one time to be a coincidence. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, coincidence is one thing, but just the simple fact. I mean, just the probability. What's the probability of your car getting totaled right in front of your house? What's the probability that somehow it gets totaled and nobody is responsible and you're not going to get nothing out of that? Like,
then add to it. What's the probability of that? Plus now needing a version of transport to deal with the third. Like that, just those two things happening in such a quick succession, that really feels like the universe is like, hey, watch what I do. Like, it feels like you're on Punk'd. Remember that old MTV show?
Yeah, with
Like, that's
Ashton
what it
Kutcher.
feels like. Yeah. Like,
I'm just like I said. I feel like it's a evil or some type of supernatural, force, spirit, or being. Because I'm to the point now. I'm skeptical to walk down the street. I feel like a car is going to hop the curb and hit me. For real. I've been walking very cautiously up and down these streets. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Almost like let's change the subject. I'm getting pissed.
No. Entertain the audience here for a few minutes. All right, just do some dad jokes or masturbate. I don't know. Just hold on. All right.
All right. Yes. But and I can see the sun trying to block out the sun. But yeah. I mean, everyone has bad things that happen to them. But in succession like this, I mean, I've had things that happen, bad things happen, like here, and then separated maybe by a couple months or a year. But in a 2-week span, I'm assuming, I'm saying to myself, like, how is this possible? But hey, if I'm still alive and breathing, that's the main thing. That's the only thing I can really look forward to. That I'm alive and breathing. Because some people weren't doing that. No, I did have a friend that I grew up with and went to school with in 5th and 6th grade, and he passed away like a week ago. It's like, wow, like how could you? Not saying that you can't pass away at 45 years old, but man, that's pretty early to go. And it seemed like he didn't have any problems or anything like that anybody knew about. Hey, I could be him. Passed away, but hey, I'm still here, and trying to survive. That's all I can do. So if y'all have anyone out there, going through a tough time, you have to believe that there is brighter days ahead. Otherwise, you might as well just, hang it up. You have to believe there's brighter days ahead because
shut the fuck up.
There's nothing else. Why are you screaming?
Oh no, I was telling you to shut the fuck up.
Oh. I was just standing, entertaining them. It's like, hey, you have to believe there's brighter days ahead because there's nothing else that you can do. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. But I appreciate you saying the football. Got more things to talk about. I was excited to get to. I mean, it feels good to just get that off my chest. Period. Because
yeah,
I had nobody to really talk to. Basically, just processing it on my own. It's just happening. Answering myself back and all of that. But hey.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's tough sledding there, and yeah, I don't know, like that's, and I did actually ask Tiff about if that's like legally okay, and apparently at a sale, I guess the sale of the property nullifies the lease, so they can do that.
Really?
Yeah. Which sucks.
Yeah, maybe because I had
my first thought. I'm like, how does one say 60 and then they're saying 30? I'm like, now obviously that was drafted up by a lawyer, so at least.
Well, the first lease I did and completed was 1 year. It was from May 15th of 23 to May 15th of 24. And then the lease that I just recently signed that didn't need the co-signer was a month-to-month lease.
Yeah.
So it doesn't carry weight. It's like month to month. So it's like, okay. And I'm pretty sure they did that on purpose. They knew that the property was sold. Because they didn't want to commit to a whole nother year after that. So basically, all those people I was letting in here and inviting, I was basically dooming myself in. Should have turned away some more of those appointments. But even if I tried to turn them away, remember you seen the text messages? The dude said they was going to let themselves in anyway.
Yeah.
So even if I did say, no, y'all can't come in, they was going to still come in. But I'm just saying, like you said, if I'm a new owner of an apartment that's already got tenants in it, I would just sit there and hold on.
Mm-hmm.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just hopefully the trend. I mean, and my thing is, I don't know, credit and I don't know. I'm gonna need a cosign. I don't know. Yeah, never know.
Yeah.
I'm just rigorously working, trying to make sure it comes in. I can just go from one place to the next because it's like I don't have the transportation to. I mean, this just has to be all in one trip, or try to get a U-Haul or something like that. But then I don't have a license to do that.
Yeah, you need someone to drive it, right?
No, I'll drive it. I won't care about driving it.
Yeah,
I was just saying that. Yeah, I can't rent it. Yeah, they won't let me rent it. So it's like, wow. But I don't know. I mean, I was just starting to get used to this place. I mean, it's a hot box and everything, but I didn't think I was going to be moving out in a year. I didn't plan on doing that. I planned on being here for at least a couple more years.
Right.
Till I was able to solidify myself and find a nice place, but be pressed up against the wall like, hey, you got to hurry up. Whoa. But that was it, man. I don't know what else you had on docket. I don't want to make the whole show about.
I didn't really have
whining.
anything, man. Like I mean, I feel like this. Honestly, I'm not like necessarily opposed to like that being the stopping point here because I feel like that it doesn't always have to be a silly, jokey. Yeah, we don't have a draft, but I feel like who cares today? I feel like that is a pretty heavy amount of stuff, and yeah, you just kind of have like that black cloud kind of following you.
Yes, it is. I mean, I've said it before, but it's like it's turned into a hurricane following me now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, do you have any leads on places to go or?
No. I mean, I've just been since Thursday. Like I said, since Thursday, I've been pulling up.
It's Sunday. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, been pulling up sites, and then I visited. Well, I didn't do no official visits like because most people aren't meeting you on an official visit on the weekend.
Right,
but,
doing like the digital thing there. Yeah.
Looking at places, or like I seen a place like a couple like a block down, and that was on the list, and I was like checking it out, looking at it and stuff like that. But plan on trying to get some of that done this week. Might have to reach out to my boss, take out a few days. I was just looking at my time. I haven't used a day. I got like over 70 hours of vacation and like 60 hours of sick time. I haven't touched none of it. I mean, I haven't called off, so
right. Well, you're gonna, you this is at least you have that silver lining that you have that time to use, and this is the time to do it. So you just got to make sure you use your time, wisely.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. Golly.
Told you, I text you. I said it's pretty unbelievable. I mean, for that much that hurled at one person at one time, man, it's pretty hard to believe, but it's my reality.
Yeah, I mean, once again, I feel like the third thing, usurps all the first thing. The
Yeah.
first thing, yeah, it sucked, but it was just literally
They all inconveniences, but yeah, this last one is like
right.
way
The
beyond
first one is
inconvenience.
annoying, but it's not like you were driving. You know what I mean? So it's like that sucks. That's a waste of money now. But then knowing that, well, now I need to go somewhere, and now I can't physically take like that. Whew.
Yeah.
Such a little pansy, though. Golly.
I'm just trying to live a normal life,
you.
man. That's all I'm asking to do. I'm not asking to be a superhero. I'm not asking to be an NFL player. I'm not asking to be a detective. I'm just trying to live normally. And nothing happens for me normally. It never has. I don't know. This one is pretty rough.
Yeah. Absolutely. I ain't got really many words there, bub. That sucks. That's terrible.
Like your one boy, the hotel guy. I was thinking to myself, like, man, am I gonna become him? I'm like, man, I gotta live in a hotel till I find a place or something like that. But I was thinking to myself, like, how can I afford that? Like, I don't know how he was affording that. Like, how can you pay for a hotel and then still have money left over to apply to a place? It's counterproductive. You can't really get it done.
Right.
Like,
well, that's why he raised money for him, and then he ended up being a baby back bitch. So
he said a baby back bitch.
Listen, I did something. I actually sent because I'm a bad spiteful person, because I guess his car broke down.
Okay.
And remember that his car just stopped working and he was having to walk to work. So
yeah.
you can send anonymous messages on the GoFundMe. So
okay.
So I was like, hope your legs feel okay. At what was it? Something like it was. I made up an email. It was something like, hope your feet are okay.com at Gmail or some shit like that. It was just some bullshit. Like, it was just like mocking. It was like a month and a half ago when this whole thing happened. I can't remember exactly what I put, but I was mean spirited. It was something like, hope your shoes don't wear out at gmail.com or something, and something. But I was feeling childish, but fuck you. It's fine.
Yeah, I can't believe that guy.
Yeah, like that like this type of stuff deserves to happen to someone like that. Like that's the stuff that I don't really get. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't wish it on nobody, but definitely don't wish it on myself.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, God.
I'm like, man, give it a little time. Like, y'all could have at least spread this out over 2 months or something.
Yeah, like, and you said they're gonna talk to you about the deposit. Like, they didn't blatantly come out and tell you what the deposit situation is. I feel like that is something that you need to be, made aware of. Like, you can't just.
Yeah, it just says non-renewal notice. Dear residents, please be advised the property is being sold on August 1st, and the new owners have decided to terminate the lease agreement. Please accept this as your 30-day non-renewal notice. You will need to be fully moved out of the property no later than August 10th, 2024. The enclosed move-out checklist has been provided to aid you in the move-out process. The new owner will be in touch after closing on 8/1 to discuss refund of security deposit and instruct on how to pay future rent payments. Please contact us sincerely.
Pay future rent payments? What the fuck am I paying you? I'm not paying you anything.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I guess from August 1st to the 10th, they want their 10 days worth of rent there. You know how this place was. You said, still, I had cracked up about that in the shower a couple of days ago when you was like, this place wanted money for everything. You said, I'm going to come home from work and it's going to be a bouncer at the top of my door.
Right.
It's 20 to get in.
Right. Oh, my God.
$20 to get in your own crib.
Well, I want you to keep me updated on the whole process. I mean, sorry for the sad episode, folks, but you know, I had no idea what the news was going to be. So, obviously, I'm sad from a friendo here, but
yeah, it's just gonna be. Just call this reality strikes. That's all you got to call this one.
Yeah,
reality strikes. It's actually a little bit beyond reality. I mean, usually it doesn't happen like this.
Yeah,
it don't happen like this even on a show. Even on a TV made show.
Yeah, I mean, really, if you writ this into like a 30-minute sitcom episode, it's so like unrealistic. It's like, come on, man, like
come on, that ain't happened to him.
Like, no one has this bad of a luck in this amount of time. Come on, man.
Pulled right out of a sitcom. Outlandish sitcom.
Yeah. Well, listen, keep me updated here on that. Hopefully you make it to next week. Some kind of
I don't get
at this point, I don't really
taken out.
Right, like at this point, like, I mean, when's the last time you were to the doctor? Okay, well, don't go this week.
Hey, that's a good question, man. It's been a long time since I've been in the hospital.
You're gonna be told you got the big C or something at this point. Like this week, that's exactly what would happen. Like if you went next week, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
But this week,
yeah, I just couldn't believe it was like right after. Like I was like, yeah, man, this was finally a calm week. Whoever the powers may be, it was just like, oh, we'll see how calm it is.
Literally the next day.
the very next day.
You didn't even get 24 hours. You got about, what, 12? 14?
Yeah, because it happened around like 11, and we got done. We usually finish up around like 8:30.
You didn't get a sunrise to a sunset time frame. Like, it didn't even take that long for everything to catch on fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was sitting here when you told me your first story, I'm like, someone sent you a cop stripper? Hey, okay. That was not the case.
Nope. I was just like,
man, was she at least attractive? Or did she look like
I mean, it's almost like they compliment each other. It's like the no car thing was like setting you up. It was like volleyball. You know, you set up the ball, and the no house is the spike, and then the no car was the setup, because it's like, okay, let's see you move without a car, huh?
I wonder if it would have mattered if you actually used the car all the time, right? If you use the car all the time, would these other two things have happened? I don't know. I feel like they would.
I don't know. Like you said, the first two messed up things, but you can live through those. You can get through it. Like, I mean, I can bounce back fairly easy from that. This last one is like,
because it was kind of like when you got like when you were I told a story when I got spanked when I was younger, and I was wearing jeans and I pretended to cry, and then it was like, ha ha ha. He's like, oh really? Watch this. So I figured if you would have reacted more poorly for the first thing, the other two wouldn't happen. That's how I'm saying. if you would have reacted in a more drastic nature to the first one, the other two
So a
things
lot of what.
wouldn't have happened.
So
And
I
now
would have
it's
been
like, oh,
like,
you can handle that, and then
no
you can handle
car.
this. Can you
Oh,
handle
like,
this now?
yeah, can you handle that? Can you
Right.
handle that? Oh, never know.
Gross.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you said, the first one, I was like, imagine if I was driving, then you got criminal charges and all types of stuff. But,
Yeah, I guess that's one good thing you didn't have to deal with there, but oof. Well, look, let's end this on a happy note. Okay, bye. No, the episode was mortifying. But yeah.
yeah, you got cable. I was about to ask, when's the first football game? Preseason game.
Oh, I don't know. I don't watch preseason. I don't give a shit about preseason.
You don't even begin. You don't even nothing.
Nope. No, like it's like watching. It's like football light, man. Like I don't want to. It's like I get it.
I don't know. It's just the juices. You know how it is. Like,
look, I understand. I mean, I may take a gander, but it's not going to be like I'm not circling dates here.
oh no. I mean, I just know when that first one come out, I glance at it. You know, probably watch like a series or two of each team, and then flip it off. The Steeler ones, I watch all of those just to see what potential is there or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I was cut off my cable. I get that. I try to get that cable box like 1 week before the season opens.
You're moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, well, this is. Jesus. Thanks a lot, Debbie fucking Downer.
No, I didn't want to do it. This is what I was saying. I wanted you to get all, because I thought you had a lot more to talk about in the beginning. Because at first I was saying, I thought you was going to say, hey, well, go ahead and lay out your story. I was going to tell you. I was going to politely say, no, we're going to get yours, and then we're going to finish with mine.
Yeah, I forget.
Who knows where that's going to go.
Like last week, but because I made the description like news, and more news, I'm like, maybe I should stop doing non-descriptive.
Did you have anything to say about well, we don't do politics, but you didn't have anything to say about Trump or Biden or anything like that? Because both of them was in the news.
No. Yeah, it's avoidable. It's kind of like it's too divisive, man. Plus, I don't want that shit in the comments, man. I don't want to deal with all that. Like,
yeah, I mean, politics. Like we said that we started off when we began, you know, the pod when we were in all audio. We said we want to stay away from politics, religion, and the alphabet group.
Yep,
stay away.
Yeah, doesn't.
But I mean, religion slid in there occasionally, just by draft picks and things like that. But we stayed away from politics. I don't recall us ever talking about no politics.
Yeah, no, I mean maybe a few little, you know, snippets and little, you know, pot shots maybe, but not a discussion by any stretch.
Yeah, people get too revved up on that, man. I mean, people judge you by who you vote for.
Yep. Pop on Twitter for about 1.5 minutes and you'll find that out real quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
You could have a good friend that you grew up with and you always knew them, and as soon as you find out who they vote for, it just changes the relationship.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
People have severed decade-long, relationships based on like, oh, I had no idea. It's like, okay, and like, generally speaking, people kind of bleed out their political beliefs here, their views. So I feel like you probably knew this already, but now
you're too busy in your head, like, nah.
Out, now you're like, oh, like, all right, I guess. I don't know. It's like having like a gay friend. You know they're gay. You know they're like they're blowing dudes, and you just like, it's fine, but they haven't said it, and then they say it. You're like, what?
Like, cut
Why
the
is it
drama,
different
cut
now?
the crap. Yeah, cut the
Right.
crap.
So it just seems a little weird to kind of go that route, but whatever. All right. Well, listen, we'll call it a day here. We're doing the baseball, not me and you. But
Yeah.
me and good old Babs are doing the baseball thing tomorrow. You keep me aware of what your situation is. Yeah, just good luck. But God bless America.
Mhm.
I mean, not to be like that guy, but if you see a little thing down there with the whole donating thing, I mean, I feel like if any time would be a donating time, would probably be a like now to potentially like aid this fella in, having to move in what about 12 hours? Not really 12 hours, but like
Basically, yeah.
it
In moving terms, yeah, that's
yeah, like it's
see
definitely
you
an important
tomorrow.
thing. And anyone that's ever moved realizes you can't just kind of you don't have moving costs just hanging out your back pocket,
Sure
So
don't.
I don't know if
And I just
anything.
the process of moving, I just hate it. Period. I mean, it's like,
Well, nobody likes it, yeah, but
yeah, like
when
gathering all the stuff.
it's your choice, it's different.
Yeah,
When it's
yeah.
voluntary, it's different. Involuntary, it's like. But yeah, I'm not trying to be evangelist here, but it's definitely one of those situations where hey, that this anything that's given will go directly to, this fellow over here. So, I don't know if it's even. I don't know. I mean, do you want to? We'll talk offline about something. But yeah, just good luck, man. You'll obviously keep
Appreciate
me
it.
aware. You're still a bitch. It's fine, but crying at your desk, pussy.
He said, "Good luck." I don't think I have any luck, so I'm gonna need prayers. So,
Yeah.
for those that you believe, please say a prayer
Well,
for me.
don't say that because then people will start donating prayer hands, and that doesn't do fuck or all. So
Ain't got no words.
yeah, I hate that shit. I hate when I see that stuff online. Somebody gets really bad news.
Oh yeah.
Sending prayers, fuck off. It's not helping me. I just want the house in the fire. Send prayers. Fuck you and your prayers. That's not helping me. You know what's gonna help me? Money. It's always weird. I get it. Like if you do that and accompany it with money, cool. That's nice and helpful. I need the helpful. The nice can not be a thing. I mean, I think helpful becomes nice, but you know what I mean. Like I don't know. I always thought that was just a weird thing. It's like I don't know. Anyway,
I'll take either or.
yeah. Well, no, don't send him prayer hands. Seriously, I'll fight you. All right. Well, good luck.
Yep.
I'm out of here. See everyone tomorrow, but God bless America, buddy. Oof.
Hey, all I can do is I have no choice but to get through it.
I guess.
Thanks.
All right. Toodles.
Peace.